All right, this video is to help you guys who are doing the IE project for Photoshop. And basically, it's how to sketch out your idea. And if you don't remember, we were sketching before every project, and they're called thumbnails. So, thumbnails are just a way of getting your idea down on paper so that you don't have that mental block. Instead of you just try it and see what happens. And to do a thumbnail, you basically create, let's say this is a full sketchbook page, 8.5 by 11. You usually want to do at least 3 thumbnails. And I know that usually your first idea feels like the perfect idea, but this is a chance to try some things out and then figure out how you can make it better, make it slightly better. So the only thing is the idea that I'm working with, I've already done. And so, but it's just to save time, I'll show you my process. And so right? The word that I'm using, remember for this project, you got to come up with a statement, usually a sentence or word. It has to be a phrase, not a sentence. And then you want to come up with a sentence. And so my phrase. So that means at least 3 words. And mine is going to be empathy to justice. And it's a play on words. It's the idea of the word path being path to justice and putting the word empathy, meaning empathy is the path to justice. And so part of my design is the idea of my phrase, if you want to know, is that I'm basically believe that it's very hard to get justice, receive justice, give justice, or achieve justice if you don't have any interest in what other people are going through. So empathy is the idea that you try to understand what other people are going through. You try to understand their viewpoint. And so I believe that empathy is the true way to justice, right? You could change a law, but no one's going to follow a law unless they actually care about what the law is doing. And you don't really care about the law unless you care about who it's doing to. So who it's doing, who's the injustice aimed towards. So that's my idea. And so that's why I'm using a heart, because in essence, empathy is a type of love. It's a type of neighborly love, right? So I know that I want to put empathy to justice. Now, what I do see is now the heart can be a traditional heart. It could be a 3D heart. That you figure out with the final. Right now, I'm just basic placement, right? If this was a shirt, if this was something else, what would it actually look like? And so I know that there's a chance that I want to use kind of like military print, and that's like the stencil print. So it would look like, you know, kind of look like that, where you get the idea. Obviously, you could try to draw this, but it's going to be hard to draw in really good details very quickly. So I'm not worried about that. I know I'm going to use the military print, but I got to figure out my composition and make sure if I'm going to add anything else to this. Now, empathy to justice, I want to make sure it's also talking about racial justice. So one of the things that I could implement in the background is, like, you ever seen the fist logo? Kind of looks like a bunch of cutouts, a piece of paper, and then maybe, whoops, and then maybe empathy is going to be on top, right? And so you would see this in the background. Then the other option is, and I'm just going to really quickly just put a shape for the fist. I'm not really going to draw it out. Maybe the fist logo's at the bottom, so we understand that we're reacting to what's happened last year. And then what I do like is right here, the word path. I like it in the middle. So if this is the middle, path has 4 words. I want to make sure that path stays in the middle, so that even if empathy is off, I want the word path to stand out. So I'm putting it right in the middle. and I'm making it darker for it to stand out. And then justice will be just like it would normally be, except notice what I'm doing. It's 4 letters. I'm putting the T close to the middle, and we'll talk about this in the next video. But this basic video is just to give you an idea of how to sketch your ideas out. Sometimes you might have a cool idea, and then you're going to have to combine these 2 ideas to create your final idea, right? It's up to you. Now, there's other things that I might want to do, like I might want to create a shadow on this one so it doesn't look flat. And so it stands out. And maybe these letters, instead of just being lines, maybe these are actually going to be bubble letters. Those I can practice near on the final. I don't know, because bubble letters are technically not serious. So I might stick with the military print or the stencil print that I was telling you guys earlier. But those are things that obviously I can figure out. And depending on, what I'm able to do, right? And so I could take that challenge, and it's up to you. So this video is just to explain how to sketch out your idea and how to combine ideas and then figure out which one is your best. I think this is the strongest, so this is the one I'm going to move forward with.